Hey guys, welcome to Heaven on Earth. This is the Woodworkers Festival at the Palmer Auditorium in downtown Austin, Texas. We're in the vendor room with all kinds of amazing tools that folks are offering, showing new stuff. We've been down one aisle. I've already seen several things I didn't even know existed. So we're putting a video together to show what we've got here. So feel free to watch it, and don't forget to subscribe and like us below. Thank you. Hi folks, Jerry Stringer and Ron Phillips is behind the camera. We're at the Palmer Auditorium in Austin, Texas, coming to the Texas Woodworking Festival. There's a lot of folks here. It's a little loud, but we're going to kind of walk you through and show you what we got. Welcome aboard.
Do you have any questions?
I do. I'm Jerry Stringer. This is Ron Phillips. Two reasons I want to talk to you. He and I are partners in a trophy and awards business, and I could see how this would be very, very beneficial. Plus, it's not huge, takes up a shop.
Yeah, definitely.
Second thing is we have a YouTube channel for Timber and Beam Workshop.
Okay.
You mind? I got some questions for you, legitimate questions.
Yeah.
Do you mind if he videos it for our channel?
Yeah, definitely.
So give me a quick rundown. It's a unique concept for a CNC machine, but it's different than what we normally see. So give me a quick rundown on it.
Okay, so this is using the towers and these tabs to triangulate its location on the machine. It calculates how much rope is pulled out of each tower and then the positioning of the tabs to figure out where exactly on the board it is. So like this is really cool. If I do that, more rope was pulled out so it thinks it's in a different location.
Okay.
I can pick it up, move it, and press that button. It's gonna go right back to where it was.
Really?
Yes. And so everything here, it's not using the ropes to pull and push the machine.
Right.
The wheels are doing all the work. They're patented omnidirectional wheel design. 2 wheels engage, 1 lays on it and slides. So it's built-in dust collection. It's a 1/4-inch collet, so you can fit any 1/4-inch bit in there.
So you have to program it with a separate computer.
Correct.
As to what
Correct. There's a computer under here that's
Does it use a particular style of format of?
So it's using an SVG file. So you can do your drawings anywhere and then import them into the Slingshot program and run it.
Now, I think you told the other gentleman it was like $39.95.
$39.95.
That seems very reasonable.
Yeah, definitely for this type of machine.
For CNC.
And what's nice about this is you don't have to babysit it. So you're on a job site, you realize you have cut the part wrong, you need a new part, rather than go back to your shop, set this up. It'll do a full 4x8 sheet. You let it cut, you go do work on something else on the site.
So how accurate is it?
It's pretty damn accurate. We got this one in particular, I went over twice.
Right.
And you'll notice there's not really anywhere that it's lost or it's dug in the wrong spot.
So if you're going to do parts that fit together,
yes.
well, this one has to, and it has to be within a few thousandths of an inch. Will it do that?
Yes. So for IWF show, we were making stools, slot together stools.
Right.
You could sit on them right out of the box, no glue whatsoever.
Wow.
It's pretty accurate for what it is.
How hard is it to learn this?
This software, I unboxed it and I cut the demo program within an hour. It's very intuitive, and like I said, if you're familiar with doing drawings in other programs, then you're fine, because at that point, all you got to do is export to the SVG and then import into your Slingshot program and press play essentially.
Oh wow.
The startup process, you actually turn on the machine, turn on both towers, and then what you do first is you input the size of the board, and then you take this gray one from the gray tower and you attach it to the yellow tower so they know exactly how far apart they are. And then from there, it calculates the G code for you, sends it to the machine. If the computer, these green lights mean the computer's still connected, but if the computer is to drop off and disconnect, the G code's stored in memory on the machine, it'll keep cutting.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Gary from the Phillips Screw Company with an innovative product that y'all are gonna get your attention real quick. Gary, tell me a little bit about what we're looking at here. What you've got?
What we're looking at here is the bit lock. This is newly introduced, and basically what we have, it's an anti-cam out drive system. And what it is, we have these special anti-cam out ribs for removal, special locking feature here for drive. And basically when you put it in and you lock it with the screw, it's in locked. So it's not gonna cam out.
Well, that's the bit you're talking about, right?
This is the bit right here, and this is a screw. And once you put it in together, it has that locking feature, the bit lock, that it's not going to cam out, and it's actually going to pull you in, actually. So you don't need to put end load on it. You know,
Wow.
if you're driving screws all day long, you don't need to have the end load. And let me show you really quick.
Sure. You need me to get out of your way here? Or?
Yeah, basically,
Let me get over here now.
once you get the screw started, basically,
Right.
and it'll do the work for you. See there, I'm not putting end load on it there. Basically, it pulls you in. And when you drive it yourself, you drive one, you can feel it. Once you get it started, you feel it pulling you in. So you don't.
You gave me nightmares back when I built a big deck.
Yeah.
And you're laying there and you're trying to work on it and you're dropping more than you're getting put in.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We are all about stick fit, stable drive, anti-cam out, and this new bit lock is our new feature that we're just launching now. Bit lock.
Okay.
So
It's called bit lock.
yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
I'm here with Valerie. She's the executive director, I
Yes.
think, with the Austin Makerspace.
Assembly Makerspace.
Assembly
yeah.
Makerspace.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting concept, one that I've been trying to get our woodworkers group
Yeah.
to start up near Fort Worth.
Yeah.
And so can you kind of give me an idea of what y'all do?
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know what a makerspace is, basically it's like having a gym membership for tools. And so at Assembly,
That's a good way of putting it. I like that.
yeah. At Assembly, we have woodworking, metalworking, laser cutters, 3D printers, electronics lab, and a textile shop. So you can do woodworking, you can do leatherworking, you can vinyl cut things, you can add electronics to your woodwork, like this really cool nightstand we have back here. If you want to come with me.
Come check out the Makers Market this week.
Yes, she gave me a.
This is a really great thing that one of our members made, and he used our wood shop, and he also used our CNC to CNC these brass buttons,
We went there last year.
and designed a circuit board
That's that place we went
that he had printed
there last year.
to light up the buttons and also control his lights and his ceiling fan through home automation. And so he was bouncing around in a lot of our different shop areas to complete this project. And that's kind of one of the things that I think is really cool about Makerspaces, is that generally you have a lot of different mediums under one roof.
And people who know how to do it
and
can help
people
you.
who know how to do it. And on that people note, you have people who are coming from different trades, and the way that they approach problems is very different. So you've got, your woodworker talking about the grain direction, and they think about that a lot whenever they're approaching a project. But then you've got a metal worker who's got a totally different perspective, and they're coming to a question and saying, hey, but what about doing it this way? And so that's one of the things that I think is the coolest about a makerspace.
That's a super idea.
Yeah.
Like Ron and I are working on a concept right now for some awards that's going to include LED lights
Oh, cool.
and how to light up, acrylic and stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
Kind of like over here, we've
yeah,
got these
for
LED
both of
lights.
us, that is so out of we don't know it. So
Yeah.
that's a great idea. I wish we had this up by us.
Yeah, we have classes in all of our shop areas, so anybody can come into the space regardless of what their experience
So what does it
level
cost
is.
to be a member to be able to use that?
It costs $95 a month, and you can turn that on and off whenever you want.
Right.
And that gets access from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day.
But at $95 a month, you don't have to buy a table saw and a
Exactly.
cutoff saw and a laser. And
Exactly.
so that's
We've
cheap.
got $500,000 worth of equipment
That is
and
cheap.
3-phase power, which you generally can't get at home.
Right. So here's the question for you.
Yeah.
We have a woodworkers group, Chisholm
Yeah.
Trail Woodworkers in
Yeah.
south of Fort Worth. Got 100 members in it.
Yeah.
And I brought it up and talked about this idea to them. So from a point of view of you having it,
Yeah.
does it make money?
It is not a money-making business.
Okay.
No, we are a nonprofit.
Okay.
And
So how do
there have been for-profit makerspaces
Right.
in Austin before, and they did not last.
Will it sustain itself?
As a nonprofit,
Right.
Here, and I'm like,
if you build the community right, yes.
Okay.
I
good
am the
information.
executive director as a volunteer.
Okay.
Almost all of our leaders at the space are volunteers. We have a lot of very passionate people who want, for themselves selfishly, to have cool tools to play with,
Right.
but they also care really deeply about everybody else having access and the ability to try new things. So I think for any makerspace, it's really important to have a strong community that is willing to like come together and put the work in to share a space and take care of a space together.
Well, I actually worded it wrong because I didn't really mean for us to make a profit. That
Yeah.
wasn't the intent. So that's why I came back with is it, will it self-sustainable?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We are sustaining and thriving.
So do you have any plans on moving to South Fort Worth in the near future?
No.
We could use you. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool if, 15 years from now there were assembly makerspaces in multiple cities in Austin, but I don't see it on our future right away.
Well, we're working on it up by Fort Worth. So
Yeah.
thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Good
I appreciate
to meet you.
it.
Thanks
Nice
for
to meet
stopping
you.
by.
Thank you, Mel. I'm here with Michael Whittington with the Purple Heart Project, and I've been talking to him a little bit, finding out what their project is. It's pretty interesting. So Mike, can you kind of tell our viewers a little bit about the Purple Heart Project?
So the Purple Heart Project is, Rob Kosman teaches a class 6 times a year. And the Purple Heart Project funds combat wounded vets to go up to the class. We pay for their transportation, we pay for their lodging, their food, and the class itself. And the vets get a set of tools that they learn how to use,
Wow.
and they get to take them home with them after the class is done. And then once they get home, volunteers called the Bench Brigade build benches for the vets when they get home, and they deliver it to their house.
Well, here's what's really unique is Ron and I, that's behind the camera, you never see the guy, but he does exist. We're a member of a Chisholm Trail Woodworking group right outside of South Fort Worth. Here we are in Fort Worth at the Woodworkers Convention. I'm sorry, we're not in Fort Worth. Here we are in Austin, Texas at the Woodworkers Convention. We walk up to talk to him. He's been to our meetings up in Fort Worth, so it's kind of a small world. So I mentioned to him that we do have some projects that we do for community service. We're always looking for more. So I can promise you, first of all, you need to start coming to more meetings. We'd love to have you.
That'd be great.
And second of all, I'm going to push this. I think we need to get involved in it. We have several people in our group that are veterans, so they'll understand the significance of it. And so this is fantastic. I appreciate y'all being here, and thanks for talking to us about it.
Thank you very much.
Anything that you left out you need to add real quick?
Not right now. I
All
think
right.
we're good.
All right, well, check us out on Facebook.
I will.
And come to our meeting.
I will.
Thanks, man.
Talk to my boss.
I'll do it. Okay, I'm here at the Woodworkers Convention in Austin, and I found the coolest thing in the show.
Yes.
This is Kylie Woods.
Yes.
And her and her friend that's really bashful and doesn't want to be on camera, they've got a deal called Secondhand Scraps. And I thought, what is this? So I came up and talked to them, and I'm going to let her explain it to you how cool this is. It's all yours, Kylie.
Perfect. So basically we get scrap wood from everywhere we can find it. Local woodworking, we get some from Austin School of Furniture, Harvest Lumber, and we take it, we cut it up, we try to be creative with it, sand it down, put mineral oil on it, add some holes or some magnets, and we make propagation stations. We're all about sustainability, so we try to make everything not go into a landfill, reuse and upcycle.
So you're having a lot of success?
Here, yeah. Last year we were here. We did more networking than anything, but there's been a lot more interest in our product this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you say a few words about what we talked about, what this is good for youngsters?
Yeah, so basically this is a really easy thing you can teach for kids because it doesn't really involve as much like saws or anything sharp. Basically, if you get the piece set up, you can just put the drill press on there and they can just pull down the lever and it'll drill the hole in there. So you can put the tube in.
And they can say they made it.
They can say they made it.
Perfect. And they can sell it and perfect.
Yes,
I love it.
absolutely.
This is fantastic. Thank you for your time.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
And this is great. I bought some of them. They're that cool.
You did. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm here with Nate at a booth called Suck Pucks, and I'm going, what? And then I saw kind of what it did. So Nate's gonna explain it to us. It's pretty cool. Go ahead, Drew.
So they're double-sided vacuum pods here. So once you plug up all your holes, you get a vacuum. So you take it, push it down,
Cut through right here.
and now you've got a solid vacuum. And all your
Wow.
edges are clear. So a standard clamp's gonna come in
this
this way. You take your router, go all the way around. Take your sander, all your edges. Cut right down the middle, and you won't bind your saw because you're sucked down on two different sides, or cut all your edges, or CNC or laser or anything you want. We're just on the back
So
side.
that's an air compressor?
So it's an air compressor, but you take the input side.
Okay.
So it has a threaded filter in. You take off that threaded filter and you put on our filter. So it's just a standard 1/4-inch filter.
So will it use it on any air compressor?
Any air compressor that has that threaded insert.
Okay.
So some of the pancake ones don't have it, they just have a big fan. But the big ones all have this.
Okay. So that has to be running while it's working, right?
Yep, it's running right now.
Okay. That's pretty neat. So what do these run?
So it's $225 for a 2 starter kit. So what you saw here was the 2 pucks, the 2-foot hose,
Right.
25-foot hose, and all the connectors and plugs that you need. It's just not the compressor, so it's $225.
Right, yeah. Not a bad price. I think I'll take one.
Sounds good.
Are you all right with that?
Yeah, well, we're only online right now.
Oh, so I can't buy it here?
Can't take it home with you yet.
Darn.
So we just got the patent on Thursday.
Really?
So we're launching into full-scale production. We're
2
shipping
days after the patent.
first week of December.
I want to be on the ground floor. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate you very
So
much.
you can buy
There
it
you
now,
go.
ship December.